a little bit.
He carried me a few times in ranks like 3 years ago.
And he's got a loyalty now, deep.
He's bought me, man,
You're
for
like,
life.
he's the one. On the other side, though, BBL with a lot still to do, right? The opportunity to try and stay in this thing to a degree. Lovers Rock going to start off with a walk through middle.
Certainly got my eyes on him today as well. And in terms of this composition, I mean, last time Bayer just touched on there. Krevin, for me, ever the highlight on Haven for BBL in terms of some of these plans they like to execute on the defensive side, and the breach does play into that. Fnatic going to find themselves a bit of space to play into. Just a camera here for BBL to figure out the lay of the land in a retake.
Yeah, not going to be started for a minute, though. As you look at this, it's completely free. So plant coming in for Fnatic. They can read into that.
Minimal util used as well.
Oh, nice catch on Crashies there, though. Trying to
right there.
Get a reaction up towards Heaven as well. And BBL need to get this one right. Needs to start off with a bang here. Stun going to go through. You're going to see both of them pushed out of position. And it's Kayak to fall first. This is the stepping stones to potentially retaking the site itself. Fnatic still trying to hold on to this, but the man we were talking about, off to a belting start. Bolster does brilliantly. And your superstar, the one to watch, Seavoff, with 3 in the first.
Beautiful way to start things off here. Again, chance here to maybe get the ultimate on very, very early. Unfortunately, BBL held at the front door here. Initially, Krevin finding a freebie onto Kayak through the near site. To Krevin to find through 3 of his own. And look at the lineup here for Seavoff. To post a pistol here for Fnatic.
Doing it on the Phoenix as well. Ult so close by. That's huge work. If he can just kind of slip into the motion of the next couple of rounds, actually, very, very strong start. You're looking at the buy, they've invested pretty heavily on Seavoff and Kayak. So looking at their opportunity to farm up here. Now just 1 away. They tried to make a little bit of a battle on the Sea Orb, didn't really come to much. So now they turn their attention to the other side of things.
A little different here in terms of the defense. We're going to have bodies ahead of the plant this time around. Rowe's going to be in a position to potentially...
Good catch.
But Alpha, the moves are way ahead of the site here actually coming through.
Well, there's the ult ready to go when necessary. Loiter tries to get involved, but the Classic not going to do its darndest today. So it's just down to Larocque, who's pretty far off, maybe hoping to catch some timing on a little bit of a wraparound, but I think he knows this one is pretty much done.
It does have a chance maybe to find an exit, but it's only really Boaster in terms of this purchase that you'd want to send forwards. Alpha's already fallen. Keep 4 alive here. Or at least not require a full rebuy here. I mean, Larocque also at 55 HP, so certainly not a guarantee. Probably will just deny for this. Yeah, Seavoff off to a flying start. We'll have the ultimate for the first buy round of BBL. To potentially really get the ball rolling for Fnatic.
I think something the desk was talking through, and something that it's always quite fun to watch, is how well they, and it's always at an unfortunate point, right? It's the conversation that they're really good at slotting in fifths when they need to,
it's got to be
like,
a player's dream in general, just be like, hey guys, we really need a sub. Can you come play for us?
Yeah, we've got the perfect system to just like work with. So again, it is impressive. I mean, we've seen teams make, I don't want to say smaller changes, but smaller adjustments and lose a lot of the comfort. So again, to be able to see that here.
I mean, also, again, let's not kind of ignore the fact that big shoes to fill. I mean, Vekaj has been a pillar for Fnatic since joining the team. So again, certainly there's going to be critics out there that the scrutiny will be on if Seavoff doesn't deliver, especially with the departure from Vitality previously. We're back on at least relatively level footing here, but Fnatic stacked up here for a pacey take towards Garage.
And the tempo's just right, as Loiter going to be able to find Kayak. Good counter swing. So both of the front line aspects of Fnatic are denied. BBL able to control the burst through Garage. At this point, Fnatic looking for maybe someone to overstep here. You're looking at who's remaining. So Boaster, Alpha, and Crashies. The Vandal in the hands of Alpha. Larocque just sitting deeper than those first check angles. Would need to be a bit more committed if he wants to find a fight here.
Still certainly a chance to isolate one of these players. In Lovers Rock and Larocque just towards the back of the side, but unfortunately, Alpha gambling incorrectly here. There's only Boaster and Crashies now to try and do some damage on this first buy round for BBL. And old progress not really notable in either of them. Rose still tucked up
30 seconds left
towards heaven.
Yeah, just can't really afford to fall here. Well,
Boaster sharp.
That was quick.
Yeah.
This opens up a little bit of room to play, because why wouldn't you go for this? It's a bonus round anyway in the minds of Fnatic. So can they do much more with it? If Boaster can drop another body, get away, I'm on board. There's still paranoia. Loiter just heads up enough to be shouldering that angle. I like that. Looking for more options. Crashy's playing a little bit quieter in this.
Awkward smoke here for Boaster, but not going to hold on to it. A lot of time passing here. If Crashies can get these two.
There it is.
Clearance.
That should be enough. As good as Boaster can be. This one probably not in the realms of reality. Good damage, but at this point, defuse happening, nothing to deny it. So the bonus will fall away from Fnatic, and it'll be BBL on their first buy to actually convert here. And in somewhat convincing fashion, catching that front line in Garage was everything.
Yeah, it's Kreven to hold down the fort here. Loiter finds the first, Kayak slides in, trying to find the entry here. Siva probably trying to get into a position to make use of that ultimate. Wants to maximize the distance that he can cover towards that C side. It's a sigh of relief there on the player react, but BBL on the board at least, but rifle still in hand for Fnatic. BBL look as if they might want to force the issue here towards A. Going to get Lover's Rock inserted pretty far down long. Rose will retrieve the orb, so control certainly in favor of BBL early on here. Fnatic have to pivot.
Looking like those next attempts could be coming through, again, potentially your sort of C area Garage, but they've still got time to work with, and need I remind you, it is Fnatic. We could be waiting half of the rest of the round before they actually fully commit. And it's the double back around, but this time just that Aldrone remaining, so this has to be pretty valuable. As Crashy wants to try and clear space. Doesn't quite know Rose here, but there should be some consideration.
Yeah, I think it should be fairly telling. And Lover's Rock has away from this, though. Rose will be caught with the flash, and Seavoff good for the first here.
Yeah, hard to hold those off angles in those sort of positions when you have a Phoenix against you. Ult now ready. Can he take space off the back of this? Paranoia goes in. Doesn't see the player tuck towards quad, so there is another aspect.
Well, doesn't matter.
Alpha, yeah, he's still a threat all day long. Laurent cleared sights now. Theirs. The back line is certainly being watched. And I think Alpha knows what's happening. Trying to maybe catch him on the way back through. Just gonna miss that. No, he doesn't. Absolutely got him dead to rights. Fnatic back in full control.
We'll reset a little bit here in terms of the repurchase coming back in, but Lover's Rock immediately kill up the operator. And I think the awareness here is what's key. Especially, as you said, I'm noting the second player, but Alpha's still diligent in terms of they're clear just to the possibility that somebody has slipped through. And obviously, Lover's Rock being the one tagged with the drone initially to try and play Rose in. The Rock only on a Sheriff here. Neural Theft available for Kreven. Loiter just one away from a TP, and it's Rose just missing two, the next closest here for BBL.
Cage triggered.
It's only Rose now to hold down the A site, but Shock Dart miss over towards B, so still those early round protocols going to be in place for BBL. Don't have to adjust at the start of the round. And Lover's Rock now tasked with anchoring towards C long. I'm probably going to go exploring here. On the other side of this, Crashies is curious. He's got some reinforcements too.
It's always tough though, it's that fine balance, because you want to take map space, but these late re-clears can be so dangerous.
The drone's going to clear him here.
Yep, and what are you meant to do? Again, it feels like...
Because he can't dash back there. He's so deep, there's nowhere
too committed
for him to
almost.
get out of.
Are you hoping to find someone drifting there late? I don't know what the ideal outcome was.
A light side of the default, but again, it's so risky when there's no util burned up early on. If, for example, Rose had noticed the drone over towards A-Long, sure, you can insert somebody much deeper on that operator line, but little desperate early on here from Lover's Rock to find value from the operator.
Yeah, felt short-sighted, and now... Oh, man! That's nasty from Kayak! The kid's a talent through and through. And look at Alpha's positioning. This is just prime Fnatic stuff right now.
The push and pull is beautiful. Alpha slips through. Kraven now just going to be tasked with holding on to the operator. Again, another privilege would be to join or step into this Fnatic roster alongside a player like Kayak, especially picking up a duelist, being on the front lines with him.
I've got to say, I mean, looking at Kayak, we all heard the hype around him. We've seen him now. It's not a surprise, but I think his mechanical capabilities and his just raw talent is absolutely unreal. It is, to stand out in most aspects is quite a rare gift. This guy is second to none. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see this one back here as, yeah, that was the start. This,
He even gets to tag on to the second player here, retreating. It's Alpha to clean it up onto Larocque. Just a very, very well-considered round here.
Good idea to join Austin.
Again, yeah, notes in there, not using it early on. So again, Fnatic with a solid understanding, the possibility there is a scope on the map, and Lovers Rock is going to be looking for some value.
No, it's because I think, considering the round we're in, I think a lot of us were pretty concerned about Fnatic's form. Kind of start of this year, obviously, the dip out from international, like, sort of pedigree to an extent. There was concerns.
I definitely agree with that, because it's historically, you look at Fnatic being the first to pioneer things, be very quirky in terms of a meta change, a new map, things like that, and they just weren't themselves.
No.
Coming out of
Looked
one
very flat.
Again, the overall sentiment was this should have been obvious, and
we missed it.
We missed it. So for Fnatic to be the team to kind of be on the receiving end of that was a bit shocking, to be honest.
But this does look like we are starting to see them line things up, right? You're seeing them kind of get back to what was working. You've got Kayak looking, I mean,
flawless.
Yeah, beyond belief levels of comfort right now, which obviously in this meta as it stands, love it or hate it, that Neon is here for a while, it looks like. So again, for him to be in that position, and then you have everything else starting to line up. Again, obviously a little unfortunate, more than a little, very unfortunate to lose out on Vikash in this scenario, but regardless, they're still able to function at this degree. Now, for Kraven and Larocque, it's a lovely shot from him, but they've lost out on Larocque, so it's down to a 1v3, 13 HP, not going to happen. Fnatic near on flawless throughout, 5-1.
Control of some of these rounds. A good lead established already. You see here the double swing, and the issue being as well with Larocque here, this is where the composition discussion comes back in. The breach versus the Neon. If Kayak's the first in, he can always avoid that stun.
I'm like, Austin,
it's so easy to mitigate that risk or even get ahead of it. And if he's sliding past the stun, you see what he can do when he's sliding, hitting the one tap on two players.
Shots, yeah.
So again, it's just versatile as well. He can frag. I mean,
clearly.
some of the issues around, again, inside a trade, call it what you like, but it was struggling with the controller role that was kind of the internal sentiment of why he wasn't praised as much as maybe he should have been. But for me, if you've got somebody that can hit and
let him go.
let
him hit. Oh, gosh, okay. Alpha this time going to get caught out there. Loiter with a lovely bit of presence shown after the timeout, a necessity for BBL to put up some resistance here. So going to come down. Oh, going to be pretty critical. Hopefully they can kind of get themselves prepared for this, though. Need to get a wiggle on if they do want to use any of this. So there it is. Crashy's just going to stick around long enough for the second ping on the update. Boaster still challenging hard towards CT.
Slows that down.
Yeah, a lot of emphasis on that CT fight, and now going to send Seavoth in forward. Flash on the corner, swings it, got Kayak by his side. The 1-2 punch is unbelievable. Absolutely blind, but it doesn't matter. That front line is lethal.
Pacey decision-making here. Boaster slows things down with the paranoia. You can see them relaying the information, making a decision on the fly here. I think Crashy's had a good feel for what's going on in terms of the backlines here. Seavoth really wants to take the initiative with this ultimate. Again, at a disadvantage in this situation. It's just all about buying a couple of seconds, getting some information, and making a snappy decision. Fnatic continuing this streak around. See it, 4 unanswered now. And a 6-1 score line. Kayak slides onto the angle. Rose removed in the first half second.
There's no getting away from these guys. And this,
that is so quick.
It's blink and you miss it sort of thing. That was off the rip. Now, Bosa did take a lot of damage. You saw the spam coming back down, but you've still got 5 standing.
Unnoted.
You've got that.
Yeah, they
exactly.
don't know how low they've got him.
Barely even sure if it did connect. So for Bosa, still got a smoke. Got to be careful to not be the first man to fall here. Almost another catch there for Kayak, not to beat. But keeping cards close to chest, and even with 8 HP is fine.
Bosa's 8-0, man.
What's going on? Like, to be fair, we have been talking about the individual mechanical rise from Bosa, because I think it's only fair to say this guy is fully aware that he is not the fragger of the team, right? That's completely fine. When you have this level of talent, that's okay. But it has been a notable increase in capability, and Kayak, man, you're making it look like you're just smurfing right now.
That was Rock forced away so deep. I mean, he's in a 1v5. He do any damage at all here. Not going to matter too much in terms of the cushion that's built up here, but again, Fnatic just running him down. Sevov to find it. Another in-zone flawless posted here for Fnatic to find number 7.
And as a player, if you're Sevov, you've gone from probably an experience that was incredibly hard. You come into the Tier 1 seat, there's the start. God, you'd love to see that again. But going from probably a really hard environment to play into arguably what looks like exceptionally good fun. Everything's coming online, everything's teed up for you. You've got the best probably support behind you could have. You have a great IGL there. You've got a nice little frontline 1-2 hit. Both, you look at the scoreline right now, 10-2, 10-3, both of them in complete tandem. It must be such a breath of fresh air to come into this for him. Now, again, for Lovers Rock, though, it's been a drought. Lots of information. Up with the flashes, and there we go. Look at it. You can watch it. They don't even know he's still here. It doesn't matter. Kayak is killing everyone. They have sheriffs, and that's about it. Hiding in the smoke, doesn't see him. And that's going to mean that Crashes has to clean it up, but by now it's still a 1v2.
Kraven finally arriving to the party here. It's all but concluded. Drone will go out here. Crashes might be a little isolated, but it's not going to find it. Kayak
he's
to clean
unreal.
up with number 4.
Unreal.
And once they've established this momentum, again, this sort of composition plays perfectly into it. I mean, it's very linear, right? It's very one-dimensional, but again, you get that confidence behind you to just absolutely brawl in these sort of situations. And Fnatic absolutely stick the landing.
It just feels like everyone else is in half speed compared to Kayak.
Yeah.
Like, it's unreal to watch.
Another timeout called here by BBL. Both burnt as we enter round 10. And that's when the criticism is fair, right? Is because it's like, well, actually, you've got such a huge window to not be able to really do anything else.
Yeah.
And like I said, Kayak can repeatedly get ahead of it or avoid it.
Breach doesn't work against Zoomers, man. It's just the way it is. Those flashes don't really count. And everything else just feels a little out of place. And I guess, theoretically, sure, you can imagine why, but even now, we're just not seeing the fruit of what they're trying to do. Where do we go in this scenario? Sevov looking to potentially crack open the B site. Majority held by Larocque, but who's mostly focused towards Sewer now if he has to set it into motion. Bosta get himself towards B. Tap on the spike and out. Yeah, quite early as well, above a minute and a pivot.
Larocque here considering what we've done.
They're trying to hold sight though. They're not backing away from this. Sevov's burnt Loiter alive. And look at it, they're still winning out in the fights. I thought BBL might have a bit of a crunch then coming through. Not to be. Nice from Larocque. Gonna need this combination to reignite for BBL. Still cautious that someone's close in garage. We know where they are, however. And at 1-8, Lovers Rock would need something to really get that ball rolling. Plant in, Kayak already down long. Leaving Sevov on the close corner. Boaster on the swing if needed. Spotted, doesn't need help. Wants to drop another body. Yeah, this guy's on it. He's having a time as well. Welcome back to the big stage, man. That's gotta feel damn good.
That smile, absolutely infectious as well. Ultimate back in hand for Sevov. A clean take here on the C site once more. Usually something that BBL are happy to rely on is Kraven kind of trimming the fat and setting up a...
You're telling me Vitality had you on the bench?
Yeah, well, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, dear. Hey, look, we can't say that. But you can.
I wanted to.
Yeah, no,
I wanted to.
We've been alluding to it. However, focusing back on what's in front of us, the first time we've seen an actual start for BBL in a minute, untraded, but you heard the old goat. And here goes Sevov. Can he keep, I mean, to the degree he's been at, the level he's been at, they're running away from him.
Look at the respect they're giving this ultimate. Backing all the way into spawn. Yeah, clean plant here. Krevin hasn't made moves across the map. We haven't seen that this half either. Certainly been kept in his shell. That's Fury. Oh! My God!
But there is an answer back though. Hold on, it is still going to be that front line trying to fire up again. Kayak this time can't save them from that. Flex back through from C Connector. Sevov and Alpha caught up here. This could be the first for BBL to really maybe make a statement for themselves. Keep this game looking even closer competitive. Alpha can't stop it now. A second made for BBL. What is going on with Fnatic, bro? They're all absolute gunners.
Absolutely buzzing to
Jesus.
have a chance here for Sevov's return to EMEA. Everybody looking sharp. And the tag, unfortunately, on the recut. That is so quick from Kayak.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I saw, unreal.
My ultimate is ready.
A 9-2 scoreline here. Desperate to try and keep the vibes up in the BBL camp. And here, Neural Theft and a TP available for Poster and Alpha. And on the side of BBL, it's only Loiter.
My ult is ready.
Well, correct that. Hunter's Fury now in hand. 4 rows and a bit of a commitment behind the stun this time. They will clear into lobby, but there's 4 on that side of the map. And look at Fnatic.
And historically, Fnatic will always re-clear any sort of space taken as well.
Yeah,
if they have just enough time, they will do it, even if it's close. It's something that's been exploited in the past by better teams. When you go to internationals, it's a tendency that we know. Now, at this point, I don't know if BBL are the team to be able to withstand that re-clear, however. Loiter going to be forced to wait. And somewhat of the board gets wiped clean. You've still got a bit of info here. How far do they dig? Lover's Rock goes back for a second glance, and he knows they've not pushed behind this.
That's going to put Loiter in a position now to be able to potentially support elsewhere. There's only a Guardian in hand for him, Rose and LaRock. But Rose looking to maybe punish a B plant here, but they're actually pivoting back to A once more. Beautiful read on the situation here.
It could get late though. That's my only concern. It could get a little late. 30 seconds. They haven't forced Lover's Rock off just yet. He can still be happy enough to challenge. 20 seconds. Yeah. Look at the spike, though. Keep your eyes on where that spike is going. This is not where you think it may be. Already heading over towards that C site.
They should know now.
Yeah, the penny should have dropped by this point, but already they are going to be on site here. Boasting to get towards backside. It's a lovely pivot. Going to leave Sevov to his own devices. This gets... Oh, wait, whoa. You got to stick this now.
You can still get it.
I don't know, LaRock. No, he can't.
It's over.
Denied. Fnatic being punished. It's something we know has haunted them in the past.
I know exactly where you are.
Crash said another 2 seconds of stuff behind that, but it's a little bit of a fumble here for BBL to just find a third.
Yeah, and again, I think this has been a beautiful display from the front line of Fnatic. Things got a little bit dicey towards the end. However, we are going to have a little bit of a moment to check in with Alpha.
I mean, I don't want to jinx it.
If I'm being really critical of Fnatic, even in a 9-3.
Yeah,
right,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I don't know. I hate the clock running out, man. No. We've had some horrific Melons moments recently where it's just been disaster, but it was a fantastic half. So 9-3, BBL, an opportunity to get us back on board.
Well, we did get a spot there. Sevov did note at least a little bit of presence, but immediately BBL, aware of the possibility. Both are actually going forwards to explore that space now. Will clear into Cubby.
That is a bold late walk down.
Very
1
bold.
minute 15, he's just gone, yeah, what can see long.
I mean, if you can go and deal with the trip as well, ahead of contact being taken elsewhere.
Yeah.
Just desperately trying to deal with that camera. Stun will come through from LaRock here to potentially open up the A site.
I mean, because of all this space taken though, right, with Boaster being where he's at, oh, he better be ready.
Oh, he's got past the trip.
He's going to hear the steps, though, as well. So he's got to prepare himself for what's coming. And when does he pull the trigger? Now. Now he has to. Forced to fight forward. Oh! Nice follow-up as well. Go on. Go on.
Give me a third.
Give us a third. Nah, it's all right. Kayak's here. Everything's good. Oh, there it is.
Still gave
30
it.
seconds left.
Oh,
Spike
good
down,
in the
attackers
end.
spawn.
I mean, the audacity to walk C-Long on that. Tell me how he knows.
Beautiful play. Again, he rose in a position to hard clear this, but just caught off guard. Again, a bold TP as well with questions, I guess, across the map, but again, it's the information that they actually gain over towards the A side that really
30 seconds left.
allows Bosa to explore this space. Got away with murder here for an in-zone flawless in the pistol. Double digits already found.
Revealing area.
Boasty's at an all-time high. As, well, 10 rounds so quick in this. For Fnatic here, it is just classics against them. BBL not really wanting to do too much about this one.
When was the last time you saw Bosa be the only person to buy a rifle on round 2? That's one for a toasty.
There you go. There you go. That actually is. I mean,
love to see it. Absolutely love to see it.
Yeah. And to be fair to BBL, they are making something out of this. They're at least going to, I want to say at least get a plant. I feel like they can. The Rock's going to be on that case. Might take a little bit of a singe on the way out, but still Sivov looking to get things started.
Actually, Alpha here's got to go huge on -2. LaRock going for the knife here. Will be shut down. Just 2 left, Rose and Loiter. To find the trade is good though. At least the swing, sorry, to come out here. Sivov and Crashies both to clean up. Consider here the defusal. Keep the rifle in hand as well. 11 on the board for Fnatic. Certainly carrying some of that momentum from the first half across to the first 2. Very confident.
You're a madman to try and knife
style
Alpha.
points, man.
Yeah. Good luck. This looks comfy. This looks comfortable. Not really pushed. It feels like no game plan particularly kicking into effect for BBL. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Gaming.
Good. 12 and 3.
He's actually doing really well.
Yeah.
And look, Crashies, I know, is sitting at 4-7, but he's doing his job. So who cares, really? Sometimes it's how it be. When you have a front line like you have, you're not really needed as much in that regard. Needs to be cautious to not get too tempted. As
Well,
there
now,
we go,
yeah, we'll note the player further forwards here from the spam out, but Kayak in a position deep enough here to hear the rotations. They have to be conscious of audio. Boaster ready with a paranoia here for this crunch towards grass.
God, it's so well considered. Look at this trap.
It's all off Kayak's contact.
There
here.
it is, called in, still got the first before it. There's a flash, there's a swing. And to be fair, Kreven's somehow got 2, but Kayak still here! Goes down swinging. And really, the only silver lining for BBL, last man alive in a 1v2.
Alpha and Crashies. An opportunity here to convert and probably seal the deal
Retrieve the spike.
on this first map.
Here.
Kreven still with time to play with though, but looks a little indecisive.
30
Fnatic
seconds left.
covering both sides of the map here. I mean, Alpha still has a
Full setup
to sit behind.
Yeah, this is tough. And with 20 seconds, you can't really then change your mind at this point. I don't think the cam will spot, but Alpha playing passive on this, playing safe, gonna note it. Not gonna wait for support, doesn't have to. Very well handled, disciplined at the end. 12 for Fnatic, and this feels really just like an outclass here.
Certainly does.
Look at this setup though.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I mean, the fact that even Sivov doesn't get a second here is kind of wild, but Kayak still to find to Lover's Rock and LaRock.
Such control. He's 20-5.
Yeah, and that's the bonus converted here. Like I said, it almost feels like the nail in the coffin. The buy will still come through there or thereabouts. Call it what you want, but it's littered with these budget purchases.
Cover going out.
Only Kreven to have a Vandal in hand. And plenty of light shields.
Yeah, they've been looking to kind of pressure Crashies early, but this time he's got a bodyguard here. Takes away Lover's Rock, who was potentially trying to then gap close in towards Crashies, who rechecks on Sewer, even with all that faster tempo threat. Look down on C-Long. Map control still there. Sevov keeping the space on B as well. The actual options for BBL have been limited from the start.
See now as they look to pivot towards C. Alpha's going to have information very early on through Garage and with his position in towards Cubby as well. Well, that will put Fnatic on alert, but Kraven hasn't been able to catch anybody just yet in transition.
There we are. Pixel noted. No pressure from C-Long either, so he can keep himself on this line. Maybe aware that someone could have maybe disrespected it, Loiter perhaps, but regardless, he's kept space. They know there's going to be a site post-plant. Maybe Kraven can do something, but this is still difficult. 3v2, not easy. Alpha makes his way back towards his site.
He's cooking.
And yeah, he's just being roasted alive. What a performance from Fnatic. 13-3, barely opposition found, and those two are an absolute worldly threat to Delights.
Yeah, well, yeah, Delights. Yeah,
yep.
Good word to put in there. Again, how do you really bounce back when Fnatic look like they're in this form? Obviously, haven't seen it just yet. Plenty of opportunities for BBL to tap into something that is their ethos.
Well, 4-point contact coming in from Fnatic. Every lane of the map currently has a Fnatic player on it, so good luck to BBL to figure out where the weak point is. And I think they might have tried to find... Hello?
Hello?
Guys, you've got to remember that there's an area on this map that you have to deal with, which they eventually do. Boaster gets cleared, and the pack then continues to prowl. BBL on the hunt for more.
Just taking this opportunity now to get the plant down. Sevov here to reinforce this hold with Kayak. Hooks and Larocque, actually, they want to find two here. Brings it to a 2v2 as well.
And Alpha's position, I thought it was going to be a checkmate. Actually, went in a bit early, couldn't quite play the contact.
He's tagged down to 15 as well.
Yeah, puts Crashies back in the driving seat. How does he want to try and handle this? Sitting for the post. Going to note the cross. Who takes first contact once that tap comes in? Crashies trying, but that smoke going to dissipate. And Larocque doing wonders here. Crashies! Oh! Magic from Crashies! A Red Bull clutch just as you thought it was too late.
So precise from Crashies to find this pistol. And Alpha, unfortunately, tried to get the better of first player on that peak, but tagged down to 15, had to almost throw his life on the line here. But it's the time in between the kill from Larocque that Crashies is able
I told you, Austin.
to isolate both players here. So that confidence will continue here on Fracture. A very frugal purchase here. Crashies the only one with a rifle. Actually, Sevov as well, so I didn't note that there in the buy, but I swear it's a pistol, a stinger, and a scope for Kayak. Larocque does have a bucky. This Alpha will note presence here. It does have the camera to rely on as well, so he can back away from this a little bit.
Taken out.
BBL looking very proactive here, at least in terms of the first round. Second to follow up as well. Kayak here to catch the retreat of BBL.
What a lovely re-engage there. The fact that you had the kind of pressure point coming in from stairs from Kayak too, just as they grouped towards Alpha, that was lovely synergy on show. Not going to come in. Rose going to try and get a little cheeky. Doesn't really make much of it. Kayak's got him dead. Larocque, though, able to maybe drop another here. Crashy's quite close by. I think he's thought better of staying alone in this. Are we going up against a Bucky? I don't know if that was the best of plans, but I mean, it gets the job done in the end. So, 3 still standing for Fnatic, and a second round gathered.
Both rifles maintained as well. Or at least support this purchase a little better. The timing, as you said, beautiful from Fnatic here in terms of catching the retreat. Sevov already ult in hand for him. Chance here to invest in round 3. Certainly a big tool. Actually, gaps in the buy here on the side of BBL. There's a couple of light shields for Lover's Rock to punish, but Loiter down on a Guardian. And around that will potentially see the ultimate from Sevov. Could be a little concerning. Not on his side of the map just yet. Fnatic conscious that BBL are going to continue with this sort of proactive approach. He still will catch a glimpse. Rose was ready to slow things down, but there's no threat just yet.
Right, time to check towards the other side of the map. Slow walk towards B. Again, still got the setup here though, so it's going to be hard to burst on this if they want to. There should be some stall here. Loiter! He gets... Being cleared like that is so frustrating as well. Not be able to take tower. I imagine Kreven lives in this, but Kayak quick to be behind. Going to at least force him off the first corner. In the meantime, you got that backfill towards the side. Great intuition to check behind, catch Alpha on the push-up. They're desperate to clear this. Sevov there for the second time of asking, gets the job done. Ult does get popped, but stairs now taken. Fnatic left cornered on the side. Can they fight their way forward? Kayak doing these sort of things will certainly alleviate some of the issues. Oh, he only had 2 bullets, and that's all he needed. Jesus.
A 4K here to convert the bonus for Fnatic. Off to a flying start. Larocque at least putting numbers up early on here, but not much resistance elsewhere. Unfortunately, Loiter being noted here. He goes for a smoke. He just gets caught in the stun and isolated so easily. This front line
shot, bro.
of Fnatic. Kayak up to
Nice.
9-2
These guys are
already.
bots. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
It's a bold summary of the situation, but Larocque here looking to maybe.
Go again? Yeah, you go again, but it's a 1-for-1. And there's just an army on the other side. Lover's Rock swept. Oh, maybe there was some truth to the statement. That's only one player gone. Fnatic look comfy here. It was a light investment from BBL, but still, the ult really didn't do much.
No. You're going to expect an early timeout here. Yeah, to see it pop up on the screen. 4-0 start here to Fracture.
Manic beginning, but...
Yeah, which like I said, this map certainly plays into BBL's ethos overall, but if this proactivity gets squashed early on, you're at a round deficit, it becomes harder and harder to justify kind of throwing something out.
Boaster wins these.
I'm all in.
You and me, oh my God, are they on the same line?
They're on the same line. I had a premonition.
Put a 5 on?
Yeah,
I mean, I think we're both going on the same side, so... Oh no. Oh, it's fine.
Well,
it's
fine.
all good.
Yeah.
All
That's
good.
still a win.
Well, let's hear how BBL are doing after our little gamba.
Ahmet çıktı flash. Koşuyor. Köpek al giriyor.
A olacak oyun kanka.
Utku smoke var mı? Eren kill aç. Açtım. Vermiyor. Sen var Eren. Yapacak bir şey yok.
Ben de smoke veriyorum.
Eren bir şey
Ver ben smoke verdim.
Ben tek.
Harika smoke.
Ben de aldım. Kırdım kurdun Eren.
Flash attılar. Main'e smoke veriyorum. Ekranı dayan.
Kanka 2 tane çıktı sen 80 vurdum.
Kanka save at. Dur bekle.
Adam AP hayvana pushlamış Utku. Birim. 80 Leon.
Down and out.
Hayvan atabilirsin.
Wow.
Wow.
You saw it there in the kill feed. He did find the kill
Got his man.
eventually.
Can we get that on the highlight package, please?
Both winners. We are both winners.
That's where we've participated, which is the main thing. Look at us go. God, BBL, it sounds frantic,
Well,
doesn't it?
Kayak's heard all this.
Ooh, yes, he has. How close can he get in the meantime? Keeping himself quiet. Loiter just wants the gun. That's all he wants. Ooh. Not going to get what you want here. 3 alive, Fnatic, full control. No stress, and you know they're comfortable when Boaster's on an op.
Yeah.
This early,
That's
too.
when they're
this early.
stretching their legs a little bit. It's a great catch here from Kayak on that second swing. Sevov so sharp with his clearance. Kayak.
There
again.
it is.
Nice shot,
It
actually,
was,
to be
yeah.
fair, yeah.
Okay, and I guess the other thing is, if we're talking big picture, which I think we have been occasionally, but if we're starting to kind of look towards London, these sort of conversations, if we're looking at Fnatic specifically, nice to see them throw out a Fracture here, because the amount of times we've gone and ahed about the map pool when it comes up against the bigger players out there. Ooh, okay, Lover's Rock. Nice to see them throw this out early. So again, get a little bit of tape on it officially, get themselves feeling in form, and also kind of send a message for vetoes further down the line.
Alpha's got to be conscious here of his isolation on this side of the map. Lover's Rock. Where are these coming from? 2 beautiful openers here. So we'll get the orb here for the Blade Storm as well. Larocque nearly caught out here by Boaster. A scope in hand once more. Neural Theft invested. BBL with the lay of the land here in terms of information, but and Spike's got to make its way all the way to site here, and really a couple of threats sitting behind these smokes, but Sevov, good clearance onto the first.
Yeah, really nice little double swing to clear through sand, give them maybe a way forward. It's not a nice situation yet. They know there's going to be players over towards Dish. There were players there earlier. See both having to do a bit of a dodge and dive and dipping away from the ults here. But going to get himself tucked in towards corner. He is playing a different game altogether right now, having to deal with every piece of utility. But I don't know if Loiter knows about Sevos. Now he does! But that push was being watched, and this crossfire is heaven sent. The Rock, not the one to be instigating some of these rounds yet. He's mostly Lover's Rock this time, but LaRock has to do something. Can't deny plant. And now 2 remaining. Beautiful flash again, gives them the angle to play from.
Sevov looking really comfortable on the Phoenix as well.
Yep. You said it, he's very diligent at different roles.
Absolutely. Alongside Crashies here, a beautiful catch, dismantling the setup here from BBL.
Reposition from Sevov here, very nice too, kind of preemptively splitting the angle, getting those nice crosses in. Very hard to isolate kills, which is what he's trying to do, right? This is the attempt here. And he may know where they both are, finding them, just not gonna happen. Heads up work, locked in, plans made, and well executed.
Up to 6 now. Scoreline once more very concerning. The side of BBL. Absolutely no answer back just yet. Again, ult starting to cycle through here for Fnatic as well.
Round 2. Boaster and Love's Rock. Yeah.
So you're going to go with a round 2 fight. Run the barriers up here.
I don't have.
Are they going to face off? Unlikely.
No. If only.
And actually also for Boaster, just 2 away from the orbital strike, so on the brink of actually a huge cycle.
Face your fear!
You're dead!
Here Rose will be forced forwards here. And run it back, invested, but might be caught here on Util.
Oh, I like the little wide run on that. It's given them a chance to keep some control, but Kaya quick on their heels. Plant's already in. This is fast as hell. Operator then put on the line. Lloyd is gone. LaRock next on the chopping block, potentially, if this guy keeps holding this down. Potentially expecting the push-up here. LaRock trying to gap close. And, I mean, LaRock's cleared Kayak, but look who's still alive, Boaster.
He was thinking about it there for a second.
We're all thinking about it. Crashy's gonna catch him in the end. This is all too easy.
Absolutely. I think I come back to just stretching their legs. Is what it feels like here. That coasting in some of these rounds, even when it comes down to a couple of engagements. BBL just, yeah, sure, getting a kill here and there, but the recovery is just beautiful, round by round for Fnatic. Boaster, an 85% operator impact rate. Weird to see, actually, a second highest after Alpha.
How many times have Alpha actually used the operator, I think, is contextually the thing we'd probably have to look at. But Boaster, again, starting off, holding down these lines, keeping, I guess, the information flow limited.
Bring them down.
Crashy's very, very heads up from him to use the Prowler close, expecting someone to be pushed up, potentially with Judge, with Bucky's, whatever it may be. Let's Kayak go on this one. Pressure off of sight. Certainly applying some here. And then it comes back down to a Judge and
well, yeah, what's crucial is it's Rose to deal with the Prowler, so they won't necessarily know that this Judge is so close, but you have tools to potentially navigate this. Lover's Rock just goes forwards, though.
Why?
Maybe baited on the sound cue here from Kayak, but dealt with very comfortably.
They're getting completely outplayed in every aspect. You had Alpha just succeeding towards B as well. They don't even have to go this way if they don't want to. They could cancel if they so desire, which I think they will be, as Alpha can slip a little bit deeper. Wait to see if he hears any of these steps coming through, but Loiter, even though he's here, it's only going to be that Sheriff.
Last player.
Boaster creeping on the angle.
Bye-bye. It's all too easy, man. This is all too easy. An in-zone flawless 8-0.
Now the best way to sum things up here on Fracture. Again, not even really sure what a second timeout would do at this point. And just having no say in some of these rounds. Kayak up to 13 and 4. Fnatic just going through the motions. Operator back in hand for Lovers Rock, but sitting at 2 and 8. He just hasn't found the value just yet. I mean, Rose still sitting at 0 and 8. Struggling massively for some of these heavy hitters for BBL.
And the confidence is just getting higher and higher, right? No respect given, it's earned here, and Sivov is having an absolute mad one. 2 brilliant kills. He's opened up an avenue. If they wanted it, they don't have to. They've got options.
Forced a massive rotation. They have to now cover a lot of space with only 3 left standing. Lovers Rock is on a deeper line here, but what's it really going to be worth? And look, he's getting curious now. He's going forwards again.
It was like that Judge moment, but this time obviously a much more expensive weapon to be making this happen on. And is Sivov on this angle already? I think they're reading their opponents incredibly well. That's a horrific sight to come around the corner to. 3 players reading you like a book.
It just seems so comfortable. They know the tendencies of this team really well on a map that, again, there's no real data to operate off.
I mean, you only have to look at Alpha's position as well in the meantime, right?
30
So
seconds
much
left.
space taken. While they're waiting for that push out, he's secured sight for them. Faked it out towards B with a couple of smokes. And for BBL, they're just behind the curve constantly, right? They're just 10 steps too far behind. Plant in play, 5 standing. Wrap it up. Get out of here. This one's done.
Would feel that way. Again, even considering map 1's scoreline, but this is Fnatic's pick, and obviously executing very well in terms of maybe having this as an ace up the sleeve. Like I said previously, one of the most exciting teams to watch when Fracture first came into the pool, but here not really being tested. I mean, coming out of this, Kayak's going to be 1 away from Ultimate here, but Sivov and Boaster both in hand. He was considering a BM orbital strike there. He's trying to remove these players, but Lointa and Kevin will both find kills. It's the consolation here, but
Shoot the bad guy.
a massive
How's that for a plan?
stack of funds already developed here, and a timeline telling you exactly why. But again, it's like I said early on, at this point, it's when you're just getting dictated to and you don't have the finances, it becomes harder and harder to just basically try and force the issue in terms of proactivity here. But also the solution isn't to sit back and let Fnatic have a run of the map. This is not a map you can just sit back and do nothing and kind of sponge these site hits, because there are so many ways in.
Wow, my eyes are down.
In terms of taking control early on, it's so crucial on Fracture.
Wait a moment.
It's just so hard, though, to be confident after you've just been absolutely battered. And every piece of timing is just there for them on the contact towards stairs. Suddenly the pressure comes in through arcade. It's a really comprehensive approach. They've got everything in a row. It's going to need a big upswing. They need someone to get them some magic going here. Rose yet to even get on the board. Investing the ult to try and keep some control. Kayak forced out of comfort. Kevin there to find Kayak, and here we go. BBL finally right place, right time. You're not going to do this one, are you? Okay, 1v2, 1v2. It's all right in the end. Rose finally getting the party started for himself. 3 kills in the round. The first 3 he's gathered.
It's only 1 though. Have to look for them to pin their hopes to another 9-3 half here. A couple of these coming through. I mean, Rose, the second kill for free here. Fairly outrageous. Coming to this now, LaRock and Krevin ults to invest, but Lovers Rock, the next closest. 3 for the Blade Storm. And Kayak now the one to pick up the operator.
Ooh. Both sides of that felt a bit close, but both keep their life.
Stack towards A now.
But they didn't even challenge on the orb, anything, just... Okay, away we go.
Well, I mean, big info for Fnatic, right? They've noted the operator early on, no harm, no foul, and very quickly got 2 players now exploring up towards the B site. Supposed to pick up the operator again. Now be in a position to control some of this space. Rose finally making his way over towards B. You see now as well, LaRock considering. Fnatic might just be walking into a blender here.
Yeah, they certainly are. Deeper line taken by Lover's Rock on the other side of the map, but they haven't really slowed down Fnatic all that much, so Seavoff willing to put his life on the line, going to try and play up towards tower. Now there's less playable space for BBL. The map's getting smaller, but Rose is holding ground. Now the pressure starts to mount. It's Loiter doing well. Boaster, the only one to answer back. It's still not secure. Look at the corner. They are all posted into Boaster, up close and personal, but it's just Kayak left alive. BBL, right place, right time.
And you are praying now on the 9-3. You get themselves a second.
In the house.
Into this now. It's only Seavoff's ult here for Fnatic and a neural theft for Kreven. Maybe a chance to see crashes, but it's a beautiful hold, and only really criticism here is Fnatic actually not being the ones to have information across the map. They stack up very early and then take what feels like an eternity to make a decision in terms of the approach to site. Like I said, Rose and Loiter taking a leisurely stroll across towards B site. Start fairly similar here, at least one player lighter. Towards the end side, a great catch on Kayak. Larock to follow through here. All three found here for BBL.
Oh, that's dreamy stuff, actually. Gorgeous work, and Rose suddenly getting online. We are seeing them with a new lease of life here. Seavoff, last one alive. Should be a formality, really. But why not give it a go? Nice try. BBL. It is a small margin to work with, Mike, but it's something. All right, well, we are once again asking your assistance to help us figure out who this agent is.
One enemy.
Speaking of obvious, it felt like the scoreline was going to be, but BBL actually turned up in those last 3 rounds. Suddenly, it was a new lease to life for Rose. We had Larock firing up. Maybe there is still hope.
Certainly need to carry that momentum across here to the second half. Fnatic almost just set up here to make a decision based on some sort of cue, but I think BBL are going to take their time here, probably go through, pick up some orbs. Let's see there on the X-ray, a triple stack in towards the spawn. Boaster's going to be in a good position in terms of audio, but certainly a gap over towards Arcade here.
Yeah, oddly quiet so far. Okay, the drone, the only piece of util we've actually fully noted at this point. This is such a thrilling map. Thank you, Mini, for reminding us how great it is. 3 players shift walking back and forth in spawn.
Then going back over towards 8.
It's just a tactical dream.
Nobody, there's triple stack in towards spawn. It's just drifting back and forth, man. Just waiting for something to spur things on. It might just be the door opening. Not much time here to piece things together if they get caught ahead of this spike going down.
Yeah, this could be an issue. Alpha, what can you do from site? He's already done really well. They've cleared out towards sand. And BBL maybe just banking on controlling the site itself. 13 seconds.
Can't get the heal off that.
That's a little unfortunate for him, but again, Kayak's still got the shot though. Larock's done well, but the trade comes in and time. Time is the factor here. Fnatic making it up to 10. And really, a bizarre start.
Very. Didn't look like a BBL attacking round for sure.
Nope.
They're not necessarily going to learn too much here in terms of what Fnatic's approach was, just sticking 3 in a position to rotate very quickly based on any point of contact and the cleanup.
Holy shit, what a molly. Through the smoke. I was practicing that lineup.
Well, I mean, it landed.
It was a good one.
Cleaned up the plant. Yeah, not much in terms of a margin here for BBL to play with here, losing the pistol now.
Watch your eyes.
Flash to come through. Seavoff will find an orb here. The swing comes through, but Loiter will find one. Crashes to respond.
Yeah, that got a little sketchy, but Crashy's not really backing away, is he? Ooh. Ooh. Can't believe you'd do that. Crazy.
A bit spicy. Sehr scharf. I was going to say shout out Mitch, but nobody's going to get that.
No.
Rose Last man standing here for BBL.
Did you hear Mitch earlier, by the way, during the KC performance?
No, I didn't.
I think he actually lost his cool.
I did hear him say, cross the I's and dot the T's.
Yeah? Yeah, that's, you don't know how much I have to focus every time I say that sentence, by the way, and I repeat it all the time, man. Yeah. I have to lock in so hard, so my God, I'd be so stupid if I messed that up. But no, he lost his mind earlier. I feel like he's left something in the air here a little bit, so I can't have too much fun. The fun police are around today. See, that was ambitious after the crowd court to try and stick around, but I guess he got an orb of a variety somehow.
Part-time shift for the police, really. Could be. It might just be one buy round here.
Yeah, 11-3.
First map scoreline looming in the back of BBL's minds for sure. Really close to an ultimate early on. They need this to be clean if they want to piece something together here. Kayak looking to go forwards. Will be kept at bay for the time being.
I got the spike.
I mean, really, for me, looking at how much we actually see from Fnatic's defense here on Fracture, and the only real positive to come out of this situation, if BBL can stretch this out a few more, maybe Fnatic start turning the pages in the playbook.
It'd be nice, but again, you look at the deeper clear that Fnatic just had on Dish. Now, we know that BBL are seemingly quite happy to take their time on this map. They're not in a particular hurry. It's not as pacey as we'd imagine, maybe historically for them. So they can put a bit more faith in the contact of this drone coming through towards A. Should clear Sieve off. But there is still 3 players on this side of the map, so they can pull Kayak back over if they feel necessary. And there's the really committed contact. So Smoke going to go down, Molly's there as well, so we're going to make it hard to burst if he does want to commit to this. He does. Then the swing from Sieve. He's been caught though. That's an issue. Cross though, controlled by Crashies. Good trade comes back in. But Crashies doing a lot of chip damage. This is an SMG, keep in mind. Try and just tag him up a little. Kayak getting closer. They are cornered in on the site.
Huddled into sight here. Kayak needs to pick up this deeper line towards main and maybe catch Kreven. He's going to be posted up here now. He's going to have the information. They are all huddled into sight.
Yeah, that is an Outlaw 2 in his hands. This is not a comfy round for BBL. Trying to find a better post-part potentially. You can see the weaker weapons with Fnatic. They don't have that full buy in hand to play with, but looking for mistakes, looking for errors, looking to slowly suffocate the site, but Boaster falls. And now down to 3. Can they keep them locked into this? There's the first to go down.
I mean, if they just make sure they all die, that's absolutely fine.
That'd be huge. It would be absolutely huge. And I mean, Crashies near on making this look like it's possible, but the time, the biggest factor here. Is Larocque gonna survive?
Go, go, go.
Spike gonna go. BBL barely make it up to 4.
Just 1 HP as well. Alpha desperately looking for a gun there. I'm not sure what he ended up with. Just a judge. At least we'll find number 4 here for BBL. Fnatic well controlled to at least maximize the damage in this situation. Like you said, you could see them really considering their approach after Crash is able to find value with the SMG, but not really a chance to follow through.
Yeah,
have an ultimate here for
You got to be careful on
and
those.
Sevov. You have to be careful when following through, obviously.
Obviously. Kayak, operator, right place. But reduce your expectations for early fun. I think Sevov wants to get involved. Don't really blame him. He's pushed up pretty far.
Yeah, not much in the form of action here. BBL still taking their sweet time in these early rounds. Yeah, I think Fnatic need to feed into this too much, like I said, in terms of set pieces. It's just really, there's no value in them showing much.
No.
They have done any prep. Kayak, though, with a freebie catch onto Lovers. Oh, drifting forwards. The second one, not so free, but still found.
And he's reading the potential that Larocque slipped through. So that could have been relayed. I think it has. And Kayak on 35, still looking confident as ever. Got the support coming in, but Kayak feels he's under pressure, and he was rightly so. Expecting that, but Kreven does well to pry him away from sight. They haven't cleared Alpha yet. Left. There are problems here. They're looking for security elsewhere. It's Crashies to deny Larocque finding safety. Now you look at Rose, you look at Kremer, they don't have what they need. Spike now left on the ground, Fnatic up to 12. Testing their composure is a bold game.
And now you look at the knock-on effect, really. Look at what's left in the bank for BBL now to make a stand. Be able to piece together maybe a rifle or two, but I don't even think they'll get a second out of this. Now Rose's ultimate here, but Lovers Rock only halfway to the Blade Storm. It'll be a very, very tough round to pin your hopes to. At least a one-round improvement here from Haven, but it might just be over here in round 17 for BBL.
Well, you got to pin your hopes to it, aren't you? If you're a BBL fan, this is the one. Keep your eyes on. They've got Rose's ult.
Spike dropped.
That's kind of my linchpin of hope here. We all know that Teo ults go really well historically. You're a fan.
Yeah. Sevov at least.
I don't think you get any close to his screen though.
No, no.
He's having a look.
He is locked in.
Of course he'll have a look.
We'll give up the site here again. Want to minimize the risk as best they can.
Oh, this is going to be tricky to scale up behind. That's a shot, though.
Beautiful.
Alpha going to go down. Here comes the on top. Supposed to go forward. Does he back away? Boasted decides to fight forward. Takes the fight, takes Rose down.
Oh my God!
Takes another. He's a madman. Just playing in the smoke. Finally handled, but he keeps it at 3v3.
Sevov here. We'll find Kremer on the way back out, but LaRock to trade that back. Crashes to invest now. Kayak. Operator in hand. Spike did not go down here. And the clock certainly going to become a factor. Have to wait out Decay here to get back in a position to be healthy.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
so aware from
Threads
Crashies.
the needle.
Lovers Rock 1v2. Limited time, limited weaponry.
Player
And
standing.
he's made something of it. But can he find the final man here? Would love a plant. One bullet. That's all he's
Almost
got.
out.
Oh
10
my God, it
seconds
has to be perfect. Lovers Rock, you're a madman for this. And Kayak waiting, poised and
planted.
patient. Smoked off to give him options. Kayak looking for the read on it. I find him spots a
saw him.
pixel. I don't know if there's been a reload. I still think it's one bullet. And oh, Lovers Rock, okay. He must have found time on a reload there. They stay alive by the finest of margins.
Comes down to a Red Bull clutch here, so gonna get much of a springboard in terms of finances. Still going to be clinging to life here. At least a chance to continue play. I mean, unfortunately, Fnatic still very comfortable in the purchase. We have one ultimate here for Boaster. And the investment did come through elsewhere, so not going to see much for the next few rounds. Alpha back on a judge. Yeah, we'll get noted here. At least another rifle to deal with that, but should put Crashes on red alert.
Alarm bells could be ringing, considering where that contact came in from the Prowler, and maybe where the shot was a little bit further back. Almost feels indicative of that operator in play.
Certainly does. Elsewhere though, Alpha hasn't spotted anything over towards Arcade, and he might have some company now. Does still have Sevov in support, but it'll be difficult for Lovers Rock to really navigate through this with the operator being first point of contact. BBL just very cautious about their approach. It's another slow round. Fnatic not really making moves forward now. A slight exploration towards Halls, but again, I'm just so conscious of the clock. They have to dig Alpha out of this spot.
Okay, well that's going to help. Sevov falling and Lovers Rock with a chance now to clear through. Alpha just needs to hold this down. It's 2, make it 3. Alpha controlling the space. Just Arcade is his domain. Pride out of it, sure. But by now, look what they have to work with. 13 seconds. The site may be secure, you could argue, but it doesn't feel like it. There's now Loiter left in a 1v3, barely enough time to work with. And they are here, they're on site. And it's 13-5. Fnatic close down the map.
Clinical here from Fnatic today.
Defenders win.
They said Sevov certainly showing why he's been considered to take up a spot here going forward for Fnatic. Fantastic performance from him and Kayak today, second map.